We'll let this rock for a little bit. Rest in peace to Dolph. You're here listening to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. The guys are here. Rest in peace to a real one. Got us through a lot of game warm-ups, a lot of workouts. You just had to be there. Just had to be there. But rest in peace, young Dolph. Welcome to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. I am one of the two, Trevon Gross Jr. I'm joined by my dog, my co-host, my Canadian brethren. Denzell Taylor is here. What's happening?
Man, my bad. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not having the best of days, but I'm trying to power through it right now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep positive vibes. So
there you go. Hey, look, that's what this podcast is.
Just going to finish strong.
I feel you. Hey, look.
What about you?
You made it here. You made it here, bro. That's all that matters. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm happy. Right now, my Celtics are showing a little bit of heart against the Brooklyn Nets, which is very encouraging to see. But man, I'm good. No complaints. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to all the listeners.
Thanksgiving out there.
Facts.
So what you got at the what you got over there? What's going on? Some turkey.
This year my family is actually
cheese.
We got some mac and cheese now. It's got to be mac and cheese. If at any black household, it's got to be some mac and cheese present at the Thanksgiving table. But we're actually doing like a little non-traditional. So like I'm making some seafood. Ooh. Yeah, it's just something different, bro. You got to switch it up. Yeah, you can't keep doing turkey every year.
I'm not.
Man. So
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. What about you? You doing Thanksgiving at the crib or what's happening?
See, I live in Canada, so we already had our Thanksgiving in October. So
really? I never knew that.
It's just a regular day for us tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I actually never.
Yeah, we have ours as like I think ours is like the third weekend in October, if I'm not mistaken, or the last. No, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in October. So we already had ours. So
gotcha.
I ain't got no food tomorrow. I'm chilling.
All right. Now I will say, I thought it is hilarious. We didn't actually say this as a topic, but that right after we had our conversation about basketball players' hygiene, that picture of Kevin Durant being ashy.
Bro. Nah, he's a different story because Kevin Durant, like he don't care how he looks. You see him, he don't be brushing his hair, nothing. So for him to have like the ashiest of ashiest,
I'm about to say, I ain't
like fam, like you couldn't put some lotion on after you got out of the shower a little bit, like
take this from someone that don't even really be lotioning his legs like that. Like I don't personally, because it's like at some point or another I'm gonna work out. Like I don't do the best, but that ash that I saw, I'm like, nah, G, that's not real.
This has to be like 25 in New York right now. The weather,
something crazy.
The way that breeze hit his legs, boy.
I just thought that was hilarious.
And it makes it even funnier because like KD, just his personality, like he's not the type to laugh about it or like haha. He's dead be serious, like bro. He'd be mad, like man, I'm just trying to play basketball.
Bro, I'm just trying to play basketball. That's
like,
it,
bro. Get a grip. Like, put some lotion on, brush your hair, hit a weight room, do something, look presentable.
Facts, bro. Please do something. You make too much money to be looking like this.
No, actually, the craziest thing is when I don't know if back in the day when Steph Curry when he got married, like. Dude didn't even get a lineup.
Oh yeah, he didn't get a lineup for his own wedding. Yeah,
he was just like he did not give one.
Yeah, no, he was wrong for that.
Didn't care at all. But game days, he be fresh with the
clean.
He didn't get a lineup, like, bro. If you don't get a lineup for your wife for your wedding, what do you care about?
Honestly, yeah, that is a deeper, darker topic for sure. Because you got to get a lineup on your wedding, bro. You have to. You can't be looking crazy. Everything has to be crisp on your wedding, but. In the biggest story, I would say, since the last time we potted, Isaiah Stewart and LeBron James. I don't even say it wasn't even a fight. I don't even know what do you call it? You can't call it an altercation.
I call that a bull in a china shop, as my coach, some of my old coaches would refer to. That's what I call that. Like
that is pretty accurate.
Dude was dude was out of control, seeing literally black, red, whatever he was seeing. Like LeBron tried to calm him down, do his best, but that whole situation for me was just like, bro, like you have to pick your battles and just know who you're going up against or how high
Yeah.
on the totem pole you're really gonna take this. It's just like having a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? If you're just a regular fry, like you're not gonna go after the head CEO or boss just because he came in the room and slapped you. Like I still need my money. I have a family to provide to. Like sometimes I gotta do what
True.
I gotta do. But I don't know. Like
It's a
Bron did
fine line,
it's
bro.
a
It's a
Bron
fine
did hit
line.
him with a crazy cheap
You
shot. That's the first time I ever
did.
seen LeBron never do anything like that
But
in my
did you actually think that was intentional? Like, do you
career.
think he like meant to like
Hell
get him like
yeah,
that? You think so?
bro. I think so.
I
I
think
think so.
I don't think he meant to like really like get him across the cheek like that. I don't think he meant to. Like I do think he meant to kind of, like yo,
Hit
my
him.
G, get off me.
He
Like
he he meant to hit him, but he probably didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it was per se. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I think so. But I agree with you, bro. Like you can't like it's levels, bro. Like when you're in the NBA, and honestly, I'll widen this conversation. Even I mean, we can focus on NBA, but when you are in a position of influence, when you are in a position where you are making money and you are just in like, you're in certain rooms, there are certain things you just like have to let roll off your back that like normally, let's say before you were making a bunch of money, you would fight for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's too much money at stake. Like, the opportunity is too great. You're in the NBA. Like, I get it, right? Like, and once again, when you talk about totem pole, we talk about this all the time. There's a hierarchy when it comes to the NBA. It's not like,
Big one.
yeah, like it's not like we're talking about, he did that to a James Harden and James Harden was going crazy like that. If James Harden was going crazy like that, nothing. James Harden is able to do that. He could be the bull in the China shop. That's just the facts. Isaiah Stewart, you play for the Detroit Pistons and no one knows you. And I'm not saying that,
though.
Well, it is very fitting. But, like it's like, and I'm saying that in the sense of just like, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but I'm saying that in the sense of like, there is a pecking order here. So like you as an unknown player, like I didn't really know of this guy until of this. You're going after LeBron James of like you said, the CEO of the league, pretty much. Like I get it. He cheap shotted you and he was wrong for that. And like, yeah, you could have been in his face chirping because at the end of the day, like man to man, like you get that. But at the end of the day, this is something basketball, you being in the NBA is something that's providing for your family. It's something that is you're making a living off of. Like you gonna put all that at risk just because you just kind of saw red. Like that's kind of crazy.
Some things, like you said, you just gotta let slide. Like my whole thing is like, okay, like what would you have done if you got to LeBron? You're telling me you're about to like if you put hands on this man, even like hurt him in the slightest way, like a eyelash breaks off, bro. Like your whole basketball career in the NBA, maybe even across the pond, bro, you're done.
Yeah, it's over.
It's literally over for you. Like
it's over. Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't think he was thinking. I think that's a
I don't
problem.
think so
I
either.
think maybe he had like maybe he has anger management problem, but he was he was black.
But that's the thing too. We've seen guys that just see red. Like everyone knows the dudes that like, all right, if something happens to him, if he gets triggered, like he's seeing red. There is no stopping him. We've all encountered those types of dudes. We've all seen those types of people. And clearly that's just what was happening because, bro, like literally, and it's crazy too, because literally as soon as it happened, they were face to face. Like, so if he wanted to do any popping off, if he really wanted to do it, it would have been right there if it was that serious. So I would just wonder what transpired between when they were face to face to when they were separated to now all of a sudden he trying to run through everybody.
Bro, you already know how that goes. Like once people get to you, it's like nah. Like honestly, so I think like a switch went off too. Like maybe when he realized he was actually leaking or something. But like, yeah, it was crazy. My whole thing as well was just like, bro, I hate LeBron for one reason only. It's just like he's over there playing the victim. Like, bro, what? So I didn't even do anything. He just standing up, like, bro, like what's happening? Like, bro, you literally knocked this dude's whole
you got him.
cheekbone out. Like you got him clear, good, and he's over here just standing like trying to apologize, bro. I wouldn't even want to hear that. I mean, so would I go and try to attack you and try to physically put harm to you? No, because you're LeBron James. Maybe if it was like I don't know, Jordan Clarkson, or I don't even know. That was very random. But maybe if it was someone else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just someone else.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
LeBron, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just.
That's what I'm saying. There's a
real. Mad. I'm gonna still be mad, but I'm gonna just have to go the other way once I get separated and calm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, and that's real. And I think that is what is interesting. And I'm gonna take this real deep and serious. Like, I think that's what speaks to like how with athletes, with basketball players, like with just professional athletes, I should say, we have to lean into emotions and pride and all of these things that are very much not accepted in normal society. And when we see these types of situations, even us sitting here, right, logically, well, I mean, for both of us, I think if we were in his situation, we would both like, we'd stand up for ourselves, but we would still recognize like, yeah, that's still Bron, right? But it's easy for us to say, fam, that's Bron, you can't do that. But at the same time, if you're in the heat of the moment of the game and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of big yourself up. Like, nah, like I don't care who on this court, right? Like, you have to lean into that. Pussy. Yeah, right. And it's like, you have to, I can see how that may get you to maybe act out, even if that's not really who you are, but because you're just in the middle of battle, you're in the middle of a game, you're just not thinking straight. You're not thinking logically. Like, all logic leaves. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what we saw. Like, at least I pray that's what we saw. Like, I don't know Isaiah Stewart personally, but like situations like that, like, and the thing is too, like, he made it look way worse than it was. He made it look way worse than what it actually was. Like,
dude was like a lion locked up in a cage with
like
12 other people around him trying to get it. Like, bro, he's pushing down coaches, teammates.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that just looks bad because for what, like, the NBA as a privately owned institution, like, they care about optics. So like, it's cool. Yes, absolutely. Defend yourself. You can get in Bron's face. You can say, yo, my G, don't ever do that again. Like, what you want that for? Blah, 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 blah. You can say all that. But when you do the, like you said, bull in a china shop thing, and it seems like everyone is trying to hold you back, and you're making the NBA look bad. And that's why you get fined $950,000. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give him like one more year, probably, and then he'll be out of there.
I don't even give him that. I don't even give him that.
One thing I will say, if he would have like actually got to LeBron, like, I'm not saying LeBron is no hoe or just a stand up good guy, but I think he does some damage on Bron.
He does damage. I think he does too. I think he does some damage, but I still think
just how angry he was, like, bro.
Yeah, I would say off anger alone, right? Yeah,
off anger and rage alone. I see. It would have got bad for Bron for a little bit.
For a little bit, but I do think though, because Bron's smart enough to where it's like, all right, if he gets to me, if he lands a punch, maybe even two, I got to clean this dude's clock. Because I think LeBron has hands. I do. I really do believe it.
I don't think Bron could do that though. Like, he's such a figure and such a quote unquote role model to the kids and everything. Like, if he, like, Bron can't really go full rampage or Thanos.
Well, he doesn't have to go full rampage. Like, he don't have to go full rampage. Like, he can defend himself. Like, I don't think he loses any. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he, if anything, would let Isaiah Stewart get to him. All right, if you gonna hit me, then you better do it, and you better get me good once. Because if you don't, now you've licensed me to defend myself however I see fit. Because now, if in Bron's mind, all right, I can take the cape of I'm LeBron James, everyone looks up to me, and I can show you what Akron, Ohio do. In my mind, like, because now we're just talking self-defense.
I don't know how Bron coming though. I
don't know.
Yeah,
but I will say, this is a fun topic though. I honestly take the Lakers in a fight against any other team in the league except for the Miami Heat. I think the Miami Heat, if there were just like a team-on-team brawl in the NBA,
team-on-team brawl,
I think the Miami Heat win, but I think the Lakers are a close second. I don't know of any other teams in the league that beat the Lakers or the Heat in a fist fight.
See, so when you just first said the Lakers, I'm like, I don't know about that. But then I realized, like, Lakers got Rondo, who's
you already know Rondo about
situation. You got crazy ass Russell Westbrook,
and
just those two, and then you have like a Bron. I know he's gonna do his thing, and then who else? You got Melo.
Melo, you know Melo's about it.
You already know Melo's body. A little one punch in the run to half court. He still got it in though.
Yeah, like he bout
solid it. For all right, top two. I probably got to do some research. Miami for sure.
I would say Miami. Jimmy Butler.
I
PJ Tucker. Where's James Johnson? I would say everyone says that he's the best fighter in the NBA. Where's James Johnson?
Bro, he is. I've heard something. He got a black belt, bro.
Yeah, I would say he got a whole black belt and something like that. Like you don't mess with him. I wonder if Isaiah Stewart goes after him.
He'll put you to sleep with like one touch on your body.
Facts. He'll just touch your neck in a weird way, something like that, and then hit your freaking kidney, make you pass out. No. But and the Morris. Wait, one of the Morris twins plays for the Heat too, right?
One of the Morris twins plays for the Heat.
The Heat definitely beat everybody in this fight.
They modeled everyone. I don't know. You got some all right teams. You got.
Ooh. Oh, in a fist fight.
Memphis Grizzlies. You got some young scrappy. You got
outside of John Morant.
You got Dylan Brooks, my man. He down to go.
You think he down to go in a fist fight though? Because we're not talking this commercial. We're not talking the commercial toughness. We're talking about like
it's so crazy how like the league has changed. Because back in the day, I could name you like, okay, did this, that, and the third. But now it's sort of like I don't even know who would be.
You don't know. You don't
as
know
far as team wise. I don't even know players. Like
as
far as a whole team and identity, shoot, I don't even know. I have to get back to you on that one. But
it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic. Like, but I still think the Heat beat everybody. But I think this is going to be a real turning point for the Lakers, though. I think so. Just because when you're in those types of situations as a team, you know, it forces you to grow closer. It forces you to kind of really, you know, it's like a moment. And this is just a hope of mine. I hope it's a turning point for them. I hope.
I was about to say,
if they don't get it together,
a moment, but they have to be a team for it to be a turning point, and that I don't think they are right now.
they're
boy, I'm not even going to get into them, but like they are horrible. They are horrid.
I do think they end up getting Buddy Hield though at some point. Now I don't know how they get him, but I do think
how.
I don't listen. They're going to make moves. They're going to make.
They're not going to get Buddy Hield.
You know what? I think they make some moves at some point. Somewhere.
What are they 8 and 9 in the 9th seed in the West right now?
Something like that.
Probably losing to the Pacers as we speak right now.
No
AD. He's out with a fever.
Like, I would say AD is out with a fever. I did see that.
He's probably been the biggest disappointment just as far as just like
AD.
Yeah, like he'll get his. Yes, like the way he like I was watching the game the other day. The way he plays a game, it's just very frustrating to me. Like especially now how he plays. It's like before when he was in New Orleans, like you know he was just more dominant. Like he would have more control over a game and be that dominant piece. Now it's sort of like he's not dominant. He still gets his numbers, but he doesn't have that force. Like he's not feared.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very much like. I don't know. His style is just it's not of dominance or of winning or impact is what I say. Like impact the game towards like okay, let me take over. Okay, like this is a winning play, winning moments, or string together. Like
right.
Give me the ball. Like I don't know how to explain. You know what I'm talking about? Like
you know what I'll actually say. I think what we're seeing from AD, it's a little bit of what we saw with Kyle Kuzma. In the sense that hear me out. This is I wouldn't say this is a hot take, but this is just a thought. When you think about, you know, everybody in the NBA, the really good players in the NBA, everybody in the NBA in terms of the scorers have like their bread and butter ways of scoring. What is AD's bread and butter when it comes to scoring the ball?
Mid-range, back to the bats. Just get
I would say does like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, is there a specific shot? Is there a specific way, you know, like in terms of how he's getting to what he's getting to?
Just give him the ball on the block. He's probably gonna turn, face you up, couple dribbles, hook, or mid range.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it? Is it a one dribble? Is it a two dribble? Is it a? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it isn't specific. And so I'm saying that in the sense of, I think because I would say AD is almost like transforming. He's trying to take another level in his game, right? Because we know that he's really, really good around the basket. But is he really good, extending that range, right? He's able to shoot threes, but now I think he's kind of stuck with, okay, I've been working on shooting. I've been working on shooting mid-ranges, pull-ups, and everything like that for the last summer. I really am trying to integrate that in my game. But because he doesn't have, like a foundational, way he scores, makes it more difficult. It doesn't look as clean, it doesn't look as cohesive. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I think is happening.
He doesn't have the time for that right now. Like, even the way he plays, he's out there shooting threes after threes on the perimeter. He looks lost out there sometimes to keep it a buck. Like, he just doesn't look comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree. He definitely does not look comfortable. Definitely doesn't. But I think they figure it out, though. I pray they do. But yeah, whatever. I mean, AD is still a top player in the league. AD is still a top player in the league if he's playing right. And I think he's just in the transition of trying to figure out what the heck he wants to do. But yeah, pray for the Lakers, guys. Pray for the Lakers. Moving on, I saw today actually that Stephan Silas, the head coach for the Rockets, that he's on like the hot seat, and I hated that.
Hot seat for
like I hated it. I hated it, bro.
Them dudes are like 1-12.
Yeah, it's a bad record,
but it's expected. You have you have the youngest team. You have the youngest team of the league. Whole bunch of rookies, second year, third year guys.
Right, and and literally this is his first year. This is first or second year with the team. But like first, I don't remember which. It's one, but it's early. Like, he doesn't have like a long
second. Yeah.
But he hasn't had a team to even be successful.
Like all last year with the whole James Harden thing.
Yeah, like with the whole James Harden.
Get rid of him.
But then
as soon as he comes in, that's the thing. Yeah.
Right. And even when you look at that team, right? You look at when he first signed, he had John Wall, James Harden, Christian Wood was coming into his own. He had Boogie Cousins. Like, he had a team. Right? But pretty much as that James Harden stuff was going on, then John Wall got hurt. Then Christian Wood got hurt. DeMarcus Cousins leaves. Like, he's left with nobody. He was left with nobody. And so now they blew up the team in the offseason. Now he has a whole bunch of young guys. So to me, when I see these headlines, it's like, what in the world? Like, why is he not being given a chance?
He's not even getting a fair fighting chance here. Like you said, like he can't even like breathe. Like,
and right. And he is like, and that's why I think when if we're playing GM, it's like you have to really establish what the goals are for your team. Like, if I know I just traded a bunch of players, I got a bunch of picks, I'm in rebuilding, my goal is not to win. Like, yeah, we want to win as many games as possible.
Player development.
Right. Player development is the only thing that I'm focused on. So if I'm a GM and I'm talking to my head coach, I'm saying to my head coach, yo, I'm not expecting us to win. However, I do need you to make sure that our picks, the guys that we draft, that they are, developed, so that way by next year, when I do my job and we have our pieces that you develop, it works. Like,
y'all could do your job as well, as far as trying to find someone, veterans, get rid of John Wall, something. Like, we just have pieces here that are stuck and we can't even use them or get better pieces. So how do you expect us to get better? We have our main guy who we're paying the majority of most money to, not clocking in any time. Like, he's an asset. We could use him to get other assets. Like, we need to start building our foundation, our base. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And seeing him really not even get the opportunity to, like, I don't think he's even like,
well, he hasn't played,
relaxed or got into his coaching role since the whole whirlwind of just last year and this year. It's just
I agree.
All helter skelter.
And what's more frustrating about it, and I put race into this. Like, we're having, like, there are more black coaches in the NBA than we've seen in a long time, which I love, and I think it's great and it's necessary. But to see him, because he was one of the first, he was like one of the first head coaches to be hired, black head coaches to get hired. And so to see him in this situation where it's like he hasn't even been given a team to really do anything with, plus the team that he has this year, the young team, those young guys are developing, they're getting better. So it's like, why not? Like, why would you? Because you almost hurt the players where, now these young guys are going to come in and say, yeah, my rookie year, I had 2 coaches, or I had 4 coaches in 3 years. I had 5, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Then it's like,
culture and the philosophy changes. Like, exactly. You never really adapt an identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, so I don't know.
You got to see it through sometimes.
Exactly. And that's just, I don't know. I just saw it today and it was kind of irritating because it's like, it shouldn't be that way. Like, if you know your team is trying to win, then okay, hold your coach to the standard of winning. But if you know your team isn't built to win, your team isn't able to win, your team's not going to win, why would you hold your coach to that standard of winning? Like, why? That makes no sense. That makes zero sense to me.
It ain't right, man.
Yeah, this ain't right. That kind of pissed me off.
Hopefully they figure it out over there. So another thing with coaches, Luke Walton got fired, Sacramento.
Yeah. See, that firing made sense to me. That firing made sense.
So I got 2 words. I got 2 words. Mark Jackson.
Facts.
Like, doesn't need to be anyone else. We don't need to talk to no one. Bro, Mark Jackson, give him a team back after y'all stole his Golden State team and gave it to the white man to prosper.
Look, deeper, darker. But we're not the authority on that. But yeah, 1000% Mark Jackson after he coaching in the league.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson.
I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him on my TV.
Yeah, for real. He, and you know what's dope about that though? He's really good on TV too, though.
Bro, he be cracking me up, bro.
Like when he hit the mama, there goes that man. That man. Like he be having some of the corniest sayings.
My favorite one was when he really was talking about LeBron's wife.
Oh man.
I'm like, yo. Nah, the stuff some of these commentators say on the NBA, if you really pay attention, like,
if you pay attention, they be really saying some wild stuff.
they are sick and they be giving it up, but they are sick.
Yeah, you gotta really pay attention to catch it. But that's a fact. That is a fact, bro. That is funny. That is funny, dog. But yeah, no, Mark Jackson absolutely deserves a job as a head coach in today's NBA. Absolutely. Especially with that young team that's there.
Yeah, man. He could change the culture for real.
Well, he can. I mean, I think Sacramento's waiting on it. Like Sacramento's a very interesting situation because they have the players to be good. And I think that's like a really unique position to be in. Like they really do have the players to be good. Like when you look at their team, they have De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield. They have Harrison Barnes, who's just a solid veteran. It just does no wrong. Tyrese Halliburton, Marvin Bagley. I mean, they're kind of messing that situation up, but whatever. They have good bigs. I think who's their big right now? I'm not gonna remember, but they have the players to be good. It's one thing a lot of times in the NBA with certain teams, like they're always like missing a player or something like that. But then it's like, okay, what do I do when I actually have the players? So now and that's why I think the Luke Walton firing was because let me not say it's good because any man losing his job is not good, but in terms of just making a change at the helm of the culture,
it was needed.
Yeah, that makes sense because something has to change now. When you have the players, now we're down to, okay, the culture of the team. Now we're down to, okay, philosophies.
Identity.
And yes, the identity of the team. And that is led by the head coach, especially in the NBA, because identity and culture, like head coach, and I mentioned this in a previous episode, but head coaches in the NBA do not coach basketball. They're not coaching basketball. They are literally just managing players. That's it. Like these,
great way to put it.
Yeah, like these guys are really good at basketball already. Like, and on top of that, there's no play you can run. There's no scheme that most of these dudes haven't already seen already or don't already know. So
everyone knows everything. Yeah,
right. Like,
who's
so
better than who?
Exactly. Like
how you place the players, what's the lineups,
precisely.
What are you teaching them? What are they buying in on? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. It's just about how you manage the players. It's how you pull aside your starting point guard and actually build a relationship with him and get to know his family, get to know his wife, get to, go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that way there's just building that trust. Yeah. Pull your best players aside after practice and watch film together. Things like little things like that. Yeah. That's what makes a successful coach in the NBA. It has nothing to do with, I just run really good plays or I have a great defensive scheme. Like, everyone knows it already. It's okay. No, I manage my people.
That's exactly why, like Tom Thibodeau, like wherever he goes, like his players like literally latch onto him. Like he's the identity. Like wherever he goes, like that team's gonna be like the best defensive team. It doesn't matter if you have 100. Who's probably the worst defender? I don't know. I was about to say something foul. 100 worst defenders on your team.
Trey. Somebody's about to catch a straight shot, boy.
But it doesn't matter. It's like wherever he goes, he's gonna get the best out of his players to the like the max. Like he's very respected, and
that's a really good example too, because I don't think a lot of people really understand how good of a coach Tom Thibodeau is. And things like I haven't had the opportunity to actually get to know him or see it, but like you said, when you hear the players talk about him as a hooper, you really understand. Like you really understand like what's going on and why he's successful as a head coach. That's a very good example too, bro. Very good example. Speaking of coaches and everything like that, I actually had the opportunity to go check out my alma mater. Got to check out my UVA Cavaliers in Newark, New Jersey. They played who they played? They played Georgia. Played Georgia in the Legends Classic.
It was the tournament.
Yeah, it was like them little quick tournament. You know what I'm saying? But I got to see them. We got to see.
Did they win?
Coaches. You know what time it was. Come on. It's us.
I just gotta.
It's us. Bro. We're not the Monarchs. We're not the Monarchs. I don't know what y'all
talking about. Hey, all we do is win out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
best team in Virginia, as I said.
Oh my God, moving on. But yeah, so I had an opportunity to see them, and I was able to see my guy, Isaiah Wilkins. Shout out to Zay. He's a grad assistant there now. And it got me thinking, like, because we were just talking, it's like, man, like, it's really good to actually, like, catch up, right? Because, like, we stay in contact. It's like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Quick conversation, but, like, we never really had opportunity to really, like, catch up. And it had me think about just, like, how I think as hoopers, and let me ask you, are you able to really, like, catch up with, like, former teammates?
Catch up with former teammates? I don't know if fully catch up because, there's social media now, so we'll hit each other, send each other stuff like that. Stay in contact, like those
but
interactions.
Saying, like,
but
you
as
really
far as just really
like,
sit down and talk about life and just everything that's going on, probably just a few guys, like a handful, like probably like 2-3 for me, where I'm like, okay, that's my guy. Like, month or 2 months, we're gonna come together, talk about what's going on in our life, and really just debrief and like
but
really
even
have
that,
like, okay,
even that, right? How you said a month, like that is amazing to me. Like, because bro,
it's like
our teammates are like, our teammates are the closest people to us in life. Like, those are my brothers. And like you said, my closest of brothers, I talk to him and really catch up with him once a month. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, when you actually think about it, like when we're living our
sometimes even longer for real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it's interesting because I'm like, man, like that. I think that really only exists in like the basketball community, where it's like, yeah, we can be teammates for years. You my guy. We done been through it. We done partied together. We done, talk to girls together. We done travel together, the whole nine. And it's like, okay, even after that experience is done, even when we're both successful doing what we got to do, we only really catch up once a month or even like you said, longer than that sometimes.
Longer than that, yeah, fact.
That's crazy to me.
It's hard nowadays because everyone's grown, everyone's doing their own thing, whether it's work or pursuing their careers or married, kids. I have a whole bunch of team of people with kids or just, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot right now. Everyone's in their own lane. So whenever you can, it's just like whenever you get that small opportunity or it's like, oh, I'm going to Washington. Let me hit up and see it. And then we are on the phone, we'll catch back up. And then, it is what it is. But it's crazy how you go from being attached to the hip for 4 or 5, even 6 years sometimes, and then just like everyone just disperses in their own lane, and you really don't talk to them every day as you used to. Like, it's really crazy when you think about it. But at the same time, it's like it really doesn't matter how long you go without contact or anything. Like those are still like someone asks you like, "Who, bro? Those are that's my man. Like
that's my guy."
Close, and you guys could just pick right back up. At
that's a fact.
At any time, man.
That's a fact. And I think even with that too, right? Everyone disperses. It's not like usual normal college graduates where we graduate and then they just go to different states. Like with Hoopers, we graduate and go to different
countries,
different places, different time zones, different. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you said, and that's on top of, like you said, life and kids and girls. The whole it's crazy. It's really crazy. Like I didn't think about that until I was able to see my guy because he's married and everything too. And I'm just like, man, like it was really, really good catching up with him and just seeing everybody. But it's very interesting. Like it's just another example that I see of just like the unique bubble that we're in.
Right. The unique small bubble that we're in for sure.
Yeah. But that's all I got for that. But listen, man, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So I want to talk about, well, you introduced this, but being away as a hooper, holidays. Tell me your thoughts.
Nah, those are probably like the worst situations for me, especially because like during the holidays, my family, like we have a big family, so we all come together. You know what I'm saying? The food's there, Jamaican, the curry chicken, the oxtail, the goat, the mac and cheese.
Round of applause for
everything.
Oxtail.
So for me, I'm always missing out on those moments. I'm on FaceTime. They over there bragging me. Look what I'm eating. Look what I'm doing with the family. They're laughing, enjoying the times. It's just like, dang, I wish I was there, but I got to be out here. I got to do what I got to do. And then like the worst thing is like when you're away from home and like you got to go somewhere else, or you might have like a catered Thanksgiving, and us skin colored folks like black, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes that those catered foods that be provided for us be horrible, like
the dry chicken,
the dry ass turkey, mashed potatoes, bro. It's a grind, you know what I'm saying? And don't leave and go to a coach's house that you really don't know if they're other partner can cook. This never happened to me personally. I'm not
about to say we gotta put some disclaimers. You gotta say that's what I heard. You know what I mean?
It could get real tricky because you gonna end up eating some food that you don't like, but you have to finish it just to save face and smile and say you liked it, or just be in awkward situations, or even on the road, like just stopping at McDonald's, like that's your Thanksgiving, like. Or that's your Christmas. Like I've been in situations where we've lost during Thanksgiving, and it's so crazy because, bro, we lost. I forgot we lost something crazy. It was like Thanksgiving, and one of my teammates, bros, he went into the locker room, and he kicked the chair, broke the chair. Coach came in and said, "Who did that?" And bros was like, "Me." He went to my coach went to the assistant coach, like, take away his per diem. He's not getting nothing. And then one of my teammates said, dang, so he's gonna take away his Thanksgiving?
No.
Because that was our money for Thanksgiving.
No,
bro, what I said.
I'm crying. My man was probably waiting on that $20.
Bro.
Oh my
Yo.
God. He said, yo, she
What's
looks.
the things you go through? He's like, dang, you take away his Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Oh
that's
man.
funny, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
That
just
is
it's tough.
funny.
It's tough being away. It's tough being
Oh
away during
God.
the holidays, man. What about you? Like certain
Man,
stuff that be going on when you be away.
man, it's I try my best to just stay locked in on like just the task at hand. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be a game. So it's like, all right, well, we better freaking win. If I'm gonna be away, we better effing win.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man. It's like, you know you're missing out. And then it's even like, even if your family is like good at showing up for games and stuff like that, it's like you don't really even want them to have to go through the extra work of like going to where you are or sending you a plate or something like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's just like a completely different type of experience just because, you're just away. So it's like I find it even now, like you just become real desensitized. Like you become real desensitized to the holidays because it's like I'm not even used to being home. So it's like,
Yeah, so
kind of
that's
whatever.
whatever. It's just
Yeah, it's like, all right, like as long as dudes call me, like, oh, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, whatever. It's like, all right, bet. But other than that, like, I don't need to be like home. That's at least how I experience it, because it's like you just are so used to being away. You're so used to just getting the phone calls and the check-in calls or the, what I'm saying, the text messages. So it's like, it's whatever. It's a different type of
really
lifestyle,
gets
bro.
sticky, like because you really don't even get to enjoy even for Christmas when you do go home. The next day you're on a
Oh yeah.
flight
Oh,
because you got to practice because you got a
shoot.
game
Not
coming
even
up
the
New
next day.
Year's or
That
something.
night.
Like
That night you on a flight.
nah, my joy was always the next morning. Like
Bro.
Christmas Day, we always get Christmas, and then the next morning I'm on a flight. We got practice that day as soon as we
Bro,
land.
I remember. I literally remember this. We played Louisville. We played Louisville on the 27th of December. Now, normally when we prep for any team, we have 2 days. But for Louisville especially, and this is when I think they still had Patino as the head coach. So Coach Bennett always wanted 3 days because of that zone, their matchup zone, and just how scrappy they were. Like he wanted to really make sure we were ready for it. So literally, I remember I had to get on a flight.
Christmas.
No Christmas, bro. Literally, we had a 6 p.m. Christmas Day like shoot around, but it wasn't even really a shoot around. It was just to make sure dudes was back. Like, them type of shoot
You
around.
got set up with the okie doke.
Yeah, like it wasn't really a shoot around.
Walk
It
through
was,
whatever.
yeah, it was all right, everybody here. All right, cool.
Everyone's here.
We got practice tomorrow at 9. Like it was like one of them. I like, bro, never forget it.
Bro,
like thankfully we
it's
won.
literally so hard to stay focused during those times. It's just like, bro, I don't want to be
You know what?
here,
You
but
know
we got
what's
to do what
even
I got to
like,
do.
yeah, it's even a different topic too. Is like even telling your relatives about it. Like when you find out, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be back I'm not gonna be back for Christmas. Or even telling your girl, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go. Like, and like you see the disappointment. You see it, you hear it, you feel it, you feel guilty. And it's like,
just like, I'm sorry, but this is
right.
what I signed up for.
Yeah, and it's right, but even that is like, what do you expect me to do? Like, what you want me to do? Like, not go to practice? Like, what you want me to do? Not play in a game? Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, it's tough, bro. It gets dicey. You're right.
Bro,
Like,
even in high school too. I remember the next day after Christmas, I was back on a bus going to Jersey. Like, it gets sticky back on the flight, like right back.
Yeah, bro.
Man, there's levels, man. There's levels to this, man. You miss out on a lot. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Especially in your college, your younger days, like 20 to, your 18, 19 to like 20, 24, 25. You miss out on a lot of prime.
No, you
prime
do.
holidays, but it's all good.
Really
it's all worth it, though.
No, it's definitely absolutely. But even that, it's worth it. But you also got to make it worth it too. So shout out to all the hoopers out there. You know what I'm saying? You all know what we talking about. Keep your head up with it. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty for, you know what I'm saying, doing what you got to do as a hooper. And just make sure you win your games. So that way you at least can say you came home with a dub. For real.
At least make it a good holiday. You know what I'm saying? Don't get blown out by 20 plus. It's gonna make it worse.
Oh yeah. I had that happen when I was
just make it competitive.
That was tough. Oh my god, that was so depressing. Oh my god, that was so bad. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. We got blown out by like 3 teams straight. It was so bad.
Oh,
those are some dark days.
I don't know how you did it. Sometimes it must have been.
Man, it was hell. It was.
So we have to have like a whole episode just on the dark days one day.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I'm down for that because I think it's time. I think it's time that I really explain.
You think it's time?
Like just
uncut and raw,
bro. Like I'm a really give.
He gonna let everyone have it. He don't care. He don't care nothing about the mama's coaches and players.
Nah, bro. You know what's crazy?
He don't.
I love them. Those are my guys.
He loves them, but it's not like UVA. Like, certain stuff. So you ain't gonna say about UVA. You just gonna be quiet. But mama is sort of like, I could tell y'all a little something. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is.
Round of applause for another successful episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. You know what I'm saying? We did it, D. It's another great episode.
We did it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us. This is episode what, 43?
43 or either 43 or 44. I think it's 40.
I think it's 43.
I think it's 44. You think it's 43? I don't know.
I think it's 43. But
okay.
Shout out to us.
Yeah.
You did it. Once again, we're gonna
shout out to everyone during the holidays, Friday, Black Friday. Don't do nothing crazy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Stay safe.
Don't be fighting in them lines. It's okay. Everyone could get a 50-inch TV. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's a fact.
More than enough to go around. You know what I'm saying?
But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Remember, it's not that serious. Just sit down and watch a game to chill out. The holidays are meant to be spent with family. Send your favorite hooper a text. He's alone in some foreign country, and he's sitting down with some guy that doesn't even speak English.
He's not ignoring you. He's at the gym.
Facts. He's just working out. Just chill out. It's not that deep. I promise you he'll text back. And if your favorite hooper or your significant other that's a hooper or an athlete is going to work out, please give him some notifications to come back to. Please. Don't let him come back to an empty phone. That is some heartbreaking stuff. But
he's not ignoring you. He's just asleep.
Facts. Anyway, appreciate y'all. See y'all next week. We're going to do it for Dolph. We out.
Same bitch decline, she love you, she'll set you up. Out here in these streets.